How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, good.
Traden Stukes has gone from someone who started out here as a walk-on to now he's running with the ones pretty regularly. Where have you seen his development happen
Just,
the most?
just a hard worker. I mean, really in every area of the position. He's probably one of the hardest workers in our group. He's mentally strong. So, for him, for us to see him improving like he is, I'm not surprised one bit.
So, are there any specific um, skills or traits that translate from being a track jumper to playing cornerback?
Well, for him, speed. He can run. He's long. Um, he's explosive. So all of those things really kind of, translates, at the position that he plays.
With Mays, where have you seen his progression? Because he's had a pretty good spring so far.
Just solid. He's a technician. He's smart. He's tough. He's gone through a lot since he's been here. So just to see him improve and to really be one of our top four corners, we're really, really happy with his progress.
Now you're working with the nickels like Warnell and Maldonado, right? So what does that position bring to your guys' defense?
Really toughness. We'll probably play a little more zone this year than we did last year. So at that position, those guys are probably going to blitz a little bit more, play a little bit more zone defense, a little bit more physicality out of that position. So both of them have done a pretty good job so far.
Do you think that playing more zone is going to lead to more interceptions?
Well, it should. It should. It should. And that's what we're hoping. Obviously, that's an area that we have to improve. And I know Coach Nansen and I share the same sentiments to a certain degree that, playing zone. I mean, you have to play man, don't get me wrong. But if you look at the history of football, usually you get more interceptions playing zone coverage than man coverage.
Sure. Does his system remind you of systems that you were used to from the past? I mean, Coach Fish has compared it to what Pete runs, and I know you kind of grew up in that kind of system.
Pretty close. When I was a coordinator at UCLA, we ran some similar things. I know we're going to zero blitz maybe a little bit more than I did when I was a coordinator, but in terms of just his philosophy and the coverages that we're playing, I was pretty familiar with all of them.
It seems like Christian's taken on much more of a leadership role this year. I've seen him talk to guys where they need to be, where they need to do this, improve on that. Good job there. Where have you seen this growth?
I always tease him, Jackson, Turner, and Ciro. They're the old heads of the room now. So it's time. It's time for those guys to take leadership. I know Ciro's done a good job, Jackson, but I challenge when you look at Christian. Now, are you talking about
Roland Wallace?
Roland Wallace? Okay, yeah. When I talk with him, I just think, he has to really be a part of the change. And the first day that I got here, this guy has just been money in terms of listening, very respectful, hard worker. I mean, he's really done a good job.
With the young guys, Prysock, I don't know do you call him G7 or do you call him Avian?
When he has his gold in, he's G Money. When his gold's not in, he's just G7. So,
G7. Okay.
so.
with Prysock and G7, what have you seen from them so far? What are some of the areas where you want to see some growth?
Just maturity. I mean, they still should be in high school, and they're learning not only a Power 5 system but an NFL system. So just the fundamentals of learning, the position, just understanding the game a little bit more. But I'm happy. Both of them are talented, so it's just a matter of them understanding our game, and they just need a little bit more time.
With changing more like zone base, you're going to say play a lot more zone this year. What kind of adjustment is that for corners that last year you guys played a lot of man and now you're going to be playing zone? What kind of learning curve is that?
That's a good question. It's just understanding concepts and understanding indicators and understanding formations and just, because you want to have a chance to get a beat on a play when you're playing zone. So that's the biggest adjustment. Really just trying to teach these guys indicators and trying to teach them how they can get a jump on, creating plays for themselves.
Do you attend football school?
Only when we are allowed to meet with them. So when we were allowed to meet with them, that was something that, we started off doing with them, and they really kind of bought into it real quick. So I thought it was very helpful.
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys.
Appreciate it.